Yeah, basically Rosengarten, everybody.
Yeah,
That's
whole crew.
That would be the whole crew.
Whole squad, as the kids say.
Defensively, Wiggins, Armour Davis is a little bit banged up, but he played 14 snaps week 1. The safeties, Eddie Jackson and Marcus Williams. Those would be the guys that would be. Williams is healthy; he's just not playing. Yeah, basically their whole team.
Wow,
basically
isn't
their
that
whole
wild?
team. Yeah,
I mean, I got that email from communications, and I was like, man, I don't. When you and I do the show every day. I don't know who some of these cats are.
So
you know it better than me.
Caden Davis joined the team in the middle of the season. Has been on practice squads. He's never played in the NFL. Dwumfor has actually been with us before. He was with the 49ers. And then Edmonds has been with us all year, was the undrafted free agent rookie out of Arizona State, safety. And then we just activated Jacob Cabote, rookie out of Louisiana Lafayette. And then Khalif Alassi's been with us since last year. But yeah, this is wild. I mean, my boards are like, I'm going to have to write in a bunch of stuff about people I really don't know.
Yeah, and the number went to 20.
Yeah, that was before no Dalvin as well.
You're right. Yeah, that might even.
Not that he's going to move it, but it's just, you think about it, it's everybody now, right? It's like, we just
went
through it.
Fair,
we just went through it.
This isn't unique to us.
No.
There are a dozen situations like this in the league, playing out the string in week 18.
If you did
Maybe
the same
more.
thing with the Niners
for
their injuries, it wouldn't be too dissimilar.
No. It's a battered league.
I'm trying to look
really
at
is.
When we played the Ravens last time, our starting lineups, DeJuan Jones, Teller, Posick, Conklin.
Jeez, it's a hell of a line there.
DeJuan Jones, Teller, Posick, Conklin, and Bitonio. Jameis was the quarterback. Receivers, Judy, Tillman, Njoku, Elijah Moore. Then you had Nick Chubb, Pierre Strong, Jeff Swaim, who was even here for a brief moment, who's a veteran tight end. But, I mean, that's very different. And then defensively, let's see who we had in that game. Defensively, we had Delpit, Diabate, Myles Garrett, Newsome, Emerson, Thornhill. Za'Darius was still on the team. Dalvin, Jeremiah Wusu-Kormos, the game he got hurt in. McLeod Shelby. Obo Okoronkwo hasn't played much, and he was certainly in the mix. Mo Hurst played in that game. I mean, we are. Yeah. It's very different.
No, and it is, and it's one of those things that is, we do Cleveland Browns Daily, but you could, like I said, you could do a dozen different shows around the league, and there are instances similar. Some of it due to the injury, and some of it just due to there's nothing to play for a lot of these squads, right? And yet there really aren't that many games. We did this yesterday when we were doing the Guess the Scores. There aren't that many games. There's really only 2 where both teams are locked in. And that's Bengals and Steelers, and then the one on Sunday Night Football, which is a monster.
Yep.
But that's it, where both teams are, like, motivated.
Truly motivated. Yeah, there are other teams that should be motivated that are acting like they're not necessarily motivated. But to have
the Rams one I still don't get.
Yeah, I don't get that one much at all. You're right. That's totally it. I mean, we have a 20, a 14, a 10.5, another 10, an 8, a 20, a 10.5, a 20, a 14, a 10.5, and a 10. 4 double-digit spread games. I don't know when the last time that's happened.
No. You watched that? You enjoyed that Sugar Bowl last night?
I did.
That was fun.
The Golden Domers. They played a good game. They played well.
They did. They played really physical. Marcus Freeman is just fearless.
Yep.
Some of the calls that he made when the game was still
there's some Campbell
one way or another.
Yeah, Dan Campbell to it.
Oh my God. The go for it on 4th down when he swapped the entire punt team for the offense and gets them to jump off sides in their own territory at that point.
Yep.
And to do that, man, that was just cojones.
Indeed.
To do that out of Marcus. Really proud of him. Known him since he was a player at Ohio State. Took a crazy path to become the head coach at Notre Dame and has crushed it. And now it's I mean, you think about the Final Four now, it's 3 Northern teams in Texas.
Yeah, and Texas. I know they're an SEC team. How long have they been in the SEC?
1 year.
Yeah, they're a
This
Big
year.
12 team. It's a big.
They're a Big 12.
They're a
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
12 team.
Historically, they're a Southwestern Conference team. I mean, yeah, they were in that more than they've been in anything. But yeah, they're a Big 12 team. This was their first year in the SEC, and so that's not lost on anybody. That the thing I did see this morning, it blew my mind. ESPN had a graphic up. It said, "Buoyed by transfers,
Yeah.
Notre Dame beats UGA."
That's the sport.
and
now.
I went, hold on. Georgia had 11 transfers come in, including Etienne, who is Trevor Etienne is Travis Etienne's brother.
Okay.
They got him from Florida. And and ESPN chose that headline. I thought, boy, that's rich. To
Yeah.
act like that the whole sport isn't doing this.
Right. Yes, and I think you made a very valid point when you said that, because
Yeah.
it's pretty
Come
obvious.
on. It was just absolute utter nonsense.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It also
Yeah.
the bye. Nobody with a bye won.
Nobody with a bye one.
I really think they need to, and I read today that they are not going to, but they really need to change the automatic buys for just winning a conference.
Yeah, I laid it out. I think yesterday on the show, I think we had somebody ask us in a mailbag question
Yeah.
about how to handle this, and you just got to go to 16. They'll do that by 2026. You just eliminate conference championships. They don't mean anything anyway in super conferences. It doesn't matter. So, eliminate those conference championships. Just rank them 1 through 16. Have 16 play one, and like you do in the NCAA tournament, and,
Yep.
and go from there. And one thing that I think will come from this is, I think one thing that's happened with NIL is the talent has spread out around the country. And these northern teams, these programs have a lot of money. I mean, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Penn State, Michigan, those programs, Oregon, those programs have big endowments. They have big money boosters. And with NIL, they are going to be able to flex. Some of these SEC teams, and we talk so much about the Texases, the Texas A&Ms, those schools that are really, really wealthy. Some of these SEC schools are not. And so
Yep.
you will see, I think, over the course of the next, 3 to 5 years, that the talent just continue to spread out.
Yeah, and it's in some ways it's good, right, overall, but in other ways it allows those teams that do have the resources to even purchase their squads even further.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's no doubt.
I'll tell you
They
what,
do.
the Buckeyes
go
have
ahead.
got to be thrilled with the way that this is shaken out. Thrilled.
Well, you went from no pressure, right, in terms of the team, very little expectation. Some people losing to Tennessee, to now it's like, well, if you don't win the national championship, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
I would say that Texas is very legit, and from a talent equate standpoint, can go toe-to-toe with anybody. They actually spent more on NIL than Ohio State did this year. They can go toe-to-toe with anybody. So that one will be a full day next Friday. But I do like their chances against either Penn State, who they've already beaten, or Notre Dame, because Notre Dame really, they can't throw it. So if you stop their run, there's not a whole lot they can do.
Agreed.
The Texas game is going to be a full day. That one will be real.
They've got the
next
talent
Friday.
there. Yeah, they've got
They
talent.
do. Yeah, that's a lot of talent.
And
that Texas Ohio
speed.
State game.
Yeah.
Yep. Join us tomorrow against the Ravens to share the Browns' sort of victory with our friends at Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's is proud to support the Cleveland Browns through the Tito's Victory Vodka program by committing to a $1,000 donation to the Cleveland Animal Protective League towards its mission to foster compassion and end animal suffering. Thank you, Tito's, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof, crafted to be savored responsibly. Well, here it is, kids. Your final regular season installment of Over-Unders. Can Gibbe be caught? We're off and running on Cleveland Browns Daily. It's presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Rumpke Waste Recycling, the recycling leader, has invested over $100 million to build North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Ohio. Visit rumpke.com to learn more about tours and how this facility helps grows our circular economy. All right, we did over-unders last week. All right, we did them under the auspice of Tua Tagovailoa playing. We decided to throw the week out,
Yes.
but I do think it is worth noting.
Okay.
That Snoop Huntley played pretty much exactly how Tua would play. He was 22 at 27. Really, so I set the completion over-under at 22.5.
Yeah.
Huntley was 22.
Yeah.
He was, I think, 22 at 27 in the game. The biggest flip from Tua to Huntley was the sacks.
Sacks was massive. Right.
That was massive.
Massive.
So that was the big change, and that's what flipped it. But had last week had Gibbe not been magnanimous and just said no, it counts. If that would have been the case, Gibbe went 4-1.
How can you say when 4? It doesn't. It's
At 4-1.
It doesn't count.
I know it doesn't.
It would have been
count.
over.
I'm just
It would have
saying.
been all over.
But
but
what
the
did I?
plan.
Yeah, but I had switched
You went
mine.
1-4.
No, because I had even said I switched
Yeah,
all
I'm saying
those
if we would've
before
went
the
by
game.
the originals.
Well, yeah.
If we went from the originals.
That's like saying
You both had
if we
you
took
both had Achane wrong. The two sacks were the flip.
Yeah.
Where you went under, he went over, and that's where Tua would have made the difference
Right.
was on those two. But Huntley, from a passing percentage, was exactly what we would have expected out of Tua.
they probably would have
Irregardless.
called more pass plays. Is my guess. Achane not playing was so odd too. That was very strange.
Yeah. All right. So either way, this is where we stand.
Okay.
Gibbe, 40 and 36. Dr. Z, 38 and 38.
Okay.
Now, I would also like to acknowledge the Over-Unders Committee has no blanket clue what to do
Good.
with this
Good.
week. So, there's some different ones in here. And Gibbe with the lead will go first.
He has to go final week. He goes first on all of them.
No, I don't go first on all of them. We rotate.
Everybody knows that.
We've rotated all season.
Everybody knows
I
it.
don't think that's the
No,
rule.
we've rotated all season. I have never beat
He has
you.
to get.
This is the opportunity of a
To year
lifetime.
2.
Yeah.
He goes 3 to year 2. Leader always goes first. All right. Lamar Jackson. Quarters played. 3.5.
Under.
Over. So if he plays one play in the fourth quarter, it's over.
Yep.
Maybe he sits out the third quarter.
Well, it was 2.5 or 3.5. That's the. I think he's going to get into the third.
Would you have gone under on 2.5?
No. I think he'll play into the third quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
I mean, I have to take
All
the
right,
opposite.
next.
I think he'll play maybe a one
Over,
snap in the fourth quarter.
under.
Second guessing yourself already.
There's nothing I can do about it. I have to take the opposite.
He's got to go opposite. Got to.
Unlike you, who one year when it was close like this and you just kept agreeing with me and eliminated yourself before the game was played.
All right, Dr. Z, this one for you.
Allegedly.
So we know now that Bailey Zappi is going to start for us. It's possible they both will play. Who knows what will happen. Combined quarterback completions for your Cleveland Browns, Dr. Z, 22.5.
Over.
All right.
He knows he should go under, but we'll see what he does here.
I'm trying to think what we did in
Since I don't think we've
Maybe,
gone close to this since we've been around the number once. Since
against the
non-Jameis.
Chargers. How many
Last week we were
completions did we
24.
have?
That was Jameis though.
Last week, DTR was 24,
Of
I think.
47.
That's correct. 47.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the weeks before that wouldn't have been close.
What was the number again?
22 and a half.
DTR, I'll give you the DTR numbers.
No. It's okay. I've got him. G-Man's helping me out.
All right.
I will take the over.
You're taking the over as well.
I am. Not by much.
Next.
Over, under.
Derrick Henry carries, Gibbe. Derrick Henry carries. The over-unders committee settled on 14.5.
Over.
He had 15. The only other game similar to this one for Henry, he had 15 against the Giants.
He had 11 against us the first time, the G-Man reminds me.
Under. I don't think I'm going to get the Lamar one and the Henry one. I don't think those are both possible.
Next.
Over.
That should be
under.
15.5 on Derrick Henry.
Don't argue. Don't debate the house.
I had
Don't argue with the
15 was the
house.
number against the Giants. They won 35-14. He had 15 carries against the Giants. So I think that type of feel. Well, we don't ever give opinion on that. The over-unders committee never gives opinion on this in the middle of it. Other than when I tried to sway Gibby to say, no, go under. Under on the over.
Right now, that might be the difference in all of this.
It might be. All right, sacks plus turnovers. We went 2.5.
I go first.
Yep.
Over.
Gibby.
I was going over no matter what. I was like,
Under.
is he going to go under?
Then I'll
I
go
was going to
under.
give you. I was going to give you the opportunity.
I'll go under.
I'm going over.
No, I'm going over.
You're both going over?
I think you have to go over on that. We're expecting like 30 to 40 mile an hour winds potentially. It's going to be 33 degrees. I don't know what. I think there's opportunities for the defense still.
The game flow is going to be
Well,
could
I
go
know.
so many ways. I mean, you could be
hence why
Who
number
knows?
3 is the OVA.
next.
Over. Under.
It's the actual. I want to make. I'm going to pull.
I'm going to go
refresh
under
right
on the
now.
sacks, interceptions. I'm going under.
Now you're going under.
Yep. What did you say? 3.5?
2.5.
2.5.
Come on with these numbers,
Yes.
dude. These numbers are terrible. Derrick
God
Henry's
bless the
carrot
house.
years. Why 11.5? What was Derrick Henry's?
14.5.
The guy averages like 100 carries a game.
How many games has he played against this type of roster?
I
Go to
don't
when
know.
talent equates this roster, and that's the Giants. He had 15.
All right, so
you're
we have
right on
3
that number.
differences now, and then
We do.
we'll have a difference on this. You'll take the under. I'll take the over, I guess.
I don't
41
know
and
about
a half.
this. What's the number?
41.5. That's accurate too, as of right now.
I will take the under.
Of course, duh.
No. I'm taking the under by the hook.
There isn't a hook.
He said 41 and a half.
41.5.
Oh, there is a hook.
There's a hook. Literally.
I'm seeing 41 flat right here, but it doesn't matter. Hook doesn't matter. I have to go over, so I'm going to go over.
All right, there
And
you
by
go.
the way, I have no chance. If the over is true, that helps
Yeah.
the Lamar one, I think. That is no chance on the Derrick Henry one, I wouldn't think. No chance.
I think that there's a very. All right. I like the under on Henry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to be. It doesn't seem like it'll be necessary, but we'll see. All right, there you go. Leaf Filter, the official gutter guard of your Cleveland Browns. Go to leaffilter.com/GoBrowns. Schedule your free gutter inspection. Receive your exclusive promo offer. Or call 833-LEAF-FILTER for more. A early edition, Week 18 of the Scores. Buyer beware. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Elk and Elk Serious Lawyers, Serious Injuries. Under Elk, Ohio for a free case review. Elk and Elk's proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. It is time for an early edition of a little segment we like to call Do Pay Attention to the Scores. And we've been very good to you folks this year. Very good again. After a slow start, Z.
After a slow start, the boys are back in town, getting to that level, the rarefied air we're used to last week. 11-5 for your buddy here, 10-6 for Bo Bishop, winning
right.
all over the place. We now sit at a combined robust 64 games over 500 on the season, folks. So you are indeed quite welcome.
I would put, how many seasons have we done this? Is this 7?
18,
7 or 8
19,
seasons?
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 7.
7 seasons.
And I have all of the.
I would put our record
Yep.
against the scores up against anybody in the country who's done it.
I want you to know, I agreed. Every single game.
There's no one who's done it better.
By the way, after week 3, we were a combined 12 games under 500. After week 4, we were a combined 12 games after 500, and then we started to turn things around. At week 6, we were a combined 4 games under 500. At week 6.
Jeez.
And here
That's
we
a
are
banger.
at week 18, 64 games over 500 combined.
So that means in the last 12 weeks, we are 68 over?
Yeah, basically we've been on fire.
Jeez. Now, all of that to be said, this is
I mean,
This
we
week
had a stretch week 12. Week 12, I went 11-2. You went 10-3. Week 13, we both went 10-6. Week 14 was a 9-4 and an 8-5. And then last week we had an 11-5 and a 10-6. I mean, you do that, you put some distance. I mean, the big week for us that turned it around was week 12, 11-2 and 10-3. That's where after week 12 we were only going. After week 11 we were 18 games over 500 combined. After week 11, and we ended up at. Right now we're at 64. I mean, just a heater to close out the year for the holiday season. Stock market dropping a little bit.
a little bit, yeah.
Us?
Rough end of the month.
But today's great. Today's a great day for everybody.
Today we're back. We're living.
Yeah, we're living, baby.
All that to be said, folks, just be careful out there.
Maybe take
This
the weekend off.
Yeah, I think that's right, Gibby. I would.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. All right, let's do it. We'll do it.
15 games in 15 minutes. Week 18 of the scores. Kicking it off Saturday, Bengals visiting the land of hot dog water and some nachos. Chase Brown, questionable. T. Higgins, I think, popped up on their injury report, too.
He's been questionable for weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
He's
just plays and
fragile.
catches touchdown.
Bengals, Steelers, Bishop.
I think the Steelers eventually turned into what we thought they were, especially when Pickens is out. Then they really struggle. I think Cincinnati is going to – they're all in. I think they win this game. I think they win it by a score, which is all I need. So give me the Bengals winning 27-24.
Same. The only thing that gave me a little pause, I was on the phone with Jimmy Bang Bang earlier today, and he said, Z, Tomlin can't lose 4 in a row. I said, Jimmy Bang Bang,
That is true.
let me remind you that we've won a playoff game more recently than Pittsburgh Peepaw's favorite team.
That's true.
You're rotten hell.
And this
Next,
is basically a
to
playoff
Sunday,
game.
1 o'clock, Carolina, the feisty Panthers, because they do it one more time, visiting the gutless Falcons. The ATL, 8-8. Nathan Zagura.
So I thought it was outrageous when Tampa was laying 8 to them last week, and we said it was outrageous, so Tampa's going to cover, and they most certainly did that in rather dramatic fashion. I don't know if this Falcons team necessarily has that in them. That was a big blow that they suffered last week, and they're going to be scoreboard watching, and if Atlanta is up 20-something if Tampa's up 20-something on the Saints in the second half, they're going to fold up shop. So I like Carolina, whether it has to be sneaking in a meaningless fourth quarter or if they just win it outright once Atlanta sees that their season's over, because their season is over.
Same. I think I see it the exact same way. Feels like you could see Bryce Young at the back door making it a little closer than it was. But yeah, I see it the same way.
To the NFC East, Cowboy coach watch maybe in effect. The Cowboys wrapping up their season hosting the Commies, 11-5 on the football season. Bo Bishop.
Commies are still playing for seeding, right?
I think so. Yeah, they're tied with Green Bay at 11-5.
Okay, so they need to win.
Commies need to win.
Commies need to win.
Yes.
And I think they do, and I think they do comfortable. Give me the Commies 31-17.
Same. They are fun to watch.
Yeah, Washington holds the tiebreaker over Green Bay based on win percentage in conference games. So Washington would much rather go to Los Angeles than
They could be going to Tampa.
could be going to Tampa than going to Philly.
By the way, this one you get one quarterback right. Like they got the quarterback right, and
Yep.
it flips.
Yep.
Yep. Next.
That's why I think just going just as a quick aside, like from a theoretical, if you're in a position to be able to draft a guy, you draft him.
Yes.
And draft him the next year too. It doesn't matter until you get that right.
Until you get one.
And nobody thought.
Couldn't agree more.
People remember they were at Jane Daniels. He's really good, but they were knocking. Oh, he's not this. He's not that. He's changed their franchise
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah. And maybe Drake May will do the same thing in New England.
Yeah.
The Chicago Bears wrap up their woeful season on the road in the land of beer, cheese, and Joe Thomas. They are in Green Bay. The Packers 1-4 in the NFC Norris division this season. Good chance to go to 2-4. Here's a girl.
Yeah.
The Packers are going to win. The question is, are they scoreboard watching Washington? And I feel like they will be. I feel like Washington's going to win that game, and at some point they're going to say, okay, now we got to be healthy. And Chicago's terrible, but 10 feels like a number they can slide right inside of. So I'm going to take the Packers comfortable 27 to the Bears, who end up at 20 after a late touchdown.
I'm going to go same but different. I think the Bears are just quitters, full quit mode. I think the Packers win this one 24-7.
Next up, we're all going to be Tennessee Titan fans on Sunday. Titans hosting the Texans. I don't think the Texans have anything to play for.
They do not.
They do not.
They do not.
And they're not.
They can't do
clearly
anything.
with this line. They're not playing.
Can Tennessee do something and do us a little favor? Bo Bishop.
Gosh. Is this Mason Rudolph?
Yes.
And who's starting
And
for
who's-
Houston? Davis Mills?
Is it that kid from – is it Mills?
Not sure. We're looking now.
Gee, man.
Jeez, man. This sucks.
That's why you couldn't
Well,
actually do this seriously.
you can't do this game. No.
No,
you can't.
like that's why you got to be.
This is nonsense. I guess I'll just go Texan. Texans win because it would be absolutely absurd for Tennessee to win.
It would be absurd for Tennessee to win, but 2 weeks ago it would have been absurd for the Raiders to win, and last week it would have been completely absurd
I know.
for the Giants to win. These teams don't care. I have no
The
idea
amount of
who they'd be
spite,
starting.
by the way, for their ownership that they wear the Oilers throwbacks against the Texans all the time.
Yeah.
They're doing it again. Crazy. That's a spite store, baby.
It is
We're
a
still
spite
not
story.
seeing anything.
I'm
I don't
taking
know if the
Tennessee. You're
Texans have
taking-
named a QB.
You're taking Houston.
I got Texans. I'm taking Houston.
All right, I'll take Tennessee.
Next, Joe Flacco will be the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts as the Fighting Yellowstones wrap up their season hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nathan Zagura.
Colts have nothing
How
to
did they
play
lose the
for.
Giants?
Neither one has anything.
They got McAfee just lambasted them in the media.
Yes, he did.
I don't know. To me, Brian Thomas is the best player on the field. They can find a way inside of 5 against this team that just got smoked, and Malik Neighbors went bonkersville. Give me the Colts to win, but they win 2-0.
I'm with you. Mac has been okay for the Jaguars, in large part because of your boy. So, yeah, I like Jacksonville, too. Wouldn't even surprise me if they won.
By the way, Davis Mills is the backup QB in Houston.
Yep.
So I'm assuming he would get to start. Keenum's on IR.
Davis Mills was the quarterback for Houston when They
That's the-
won.
Jordan
right.
Akins.
They threw it to Akins on a 4th and 20.
This
Big
will be another
against
fascinating
Indy.
one to watch if you are a Browns fan on Sunday. Drake May gets a start for the Patriots. Alex Van Pelt says we're going to win. We're trying to win this game. What are you doing? New
God bless
England
you.
hosting Buffalo. Josh Allen will appear on Sunday, but only briefly. Their head coach is telling the media here today.
He's for his
Bills
start
at
streak, he's gonna
Patriots,
play,
Bo.
but he's going to probably hand it off and get out of the game.
So he's going to play one series and get out of it?
That's what it seems
Probably.
like.
All right, so this, I think if Van Pelt is saying that and Drake May is playing and Jared Mayo is maybe coaching for his position, I think they do the dumb thing and win. So I'll take New England.
Same.
This would be, by the way, this would be so great.
I don't even really care about these. Are just these games would be not ridiculous. That's the wrong word, but it would have to be complete funny money on any of these where you have no idea what the actual motivations are, what people are really truly trying to do.
That's
It's
why
impossible.
That's why I put the disclaimer out before we started.
Yep, I agree.
Because you just
I almost
run
don't
for
even
the
want to
hills,
count.
kids.
I wouldn't even. I'd count the
I'm fine with
Cincinnati
that.
game. Well, let's see how we do. But I'd count the Cincinnati. I'd count the Cincinnati game, and maybe Detroit.
It'll be pure dumb luck
Yeah.
if we do well. It'll be pure dumb
Totally.
luck if we do poorly.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, next up, Eagles hosting the G-Men. I don't think anybody's got
Saquon's
anything to
not
play for
playing,
here.
right?
What's that?
Saquon's not playing.
Saquon's
Is
not
it
playing.
Pickett
It's
or
Pickett.
the other guy?
I don't know
Pickett
who's
healthy?
starting for Philly.
I have no idea. They're favored.
See, some of this stuff normally comes in around 2 o'clock, so it's
Yeah.
like normally I
Well, the
have
other
this by the
problem
time we
is-
go at 2:30.
Like, are the Giants dumb enough to play Drew Lock?
I mean, they were dumb enough last week to win.
They scored 45 last week.
I feel like yes is the answer.
Daboll's going to win.
I think so too. Same.
Morons.
Final one in the 1 o'clock window on Sunday. It's New Orleans visiting Tampa Bay. New Orleans, nothing to play for. Tampa Bay, a lot to play for. Bo Bishop.
Bucks by $1 billion.
Same.
What's the number where you would take the Saints?
21?
I said 21.5. Yep.
To the 4 o'clock window, Carson Wentz gets the start. Chiefs in Denver in the Mile High City. Can Bo Nix lead him to victory? We'll find out. Nathan Zagura.
Jeez.
I mean, just the fact that we're seeing this and it's KC's laying 10.5 to anybody
Yep.
is craziness, but it makes me feel like they're just going to come out and kneel and punt and tell the Broncos, do what you must. So I'll take Denver. Denver 11, Kansas City 0.
I think Wentz is playing. I think he'll want to play well, and I think Reed will let him play well and give him the full complement of the offense. So I like Denver to win, but I think it's a little closer than that number. So give me Denver 14, Kansas City 6.
This is purely based on the fact that number seems absurd. As long
Yes,
as the
it
Chiefs are showing up to the game in some form or fashion, it seems crazy. So I don't see how. And to me, here I can look up the percentage. That feels like to me the public's going to be all over them. But then again, people should be you got to stay away from all this. This is.
By the way,
this
live
is-
look outside on the east side.
Yep, that's what my house looked like earlier.
Yeah, live look outside here right now. Not great.
It's back
Can't see.
again.
Yeah.
2 feet
Yeah,
in front of you.
it's like 90% public on KC.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
So that's interesting that it's 90. It's a high percentage of the public, but the line's still moving more even towards Denver, which means the bigs are on the Broncos.
Yep.
Next, Chargers. A lot to play for still for them. Chargers at Raiders. Raiders have totally screwed up their draft stock, and with a couple wins in Los Angeles. At the Raiders, Bo Bishop.
Chargers 962, Raiders nothing.
Same.
Love it. Onward we go. This sucks to me that the Seahawks were eliminated based on tiebreaker factors before this game. Seahawks visiting Rams.
Totally.
And I'm like, why? They're the same. I don't
sucks.
understand. I don't like it. It's a game difference. It would have been really good to have a game that really, really meant something. Instead,
The Fox
it means nothing.
executives agree with you, Gibbe.
Yeah. Zagura. Jimmy Grapes. Zagura's hero. Boyhood hero.
I love Jimmy Grapes.
I know you do.
Seattle's gonna win, but the Ramets keep it
Same.
close. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Seattle.
don't you think he lets Garoppolo eat a little?
Yeah, Seattle 21, Rams 17.
Same.
Up next, more news than anything having to do with this game. Jets hosting the Dolphins. Jets completed an interview with one Mike Vrabel today for their head
Not
coaching
there, Vrabes.
position.
No rapes.
Meanwhile, in Miami,
By the way,
this is
great
from-
article in the Athletic today about Vrabel. Did either of you read that?
Yes.
I didn't have a chance.
Oh man, fantastic.
Meanwhile, the news on Tua, not great. This is from the Dolphins. The Dolphins still receiving info to determine when it's safe for Tua to resume playing football.
We're
That
back
was
to that?
the message that the Dolphins put out this morning.
Oh my gosh.
Tyler Huntley, it appears, will start, and I don't know what's going on with Tua here. Bishop.
I didn't even know he had a setback concussion. Like, this is concussion related?
I don't
And
know.
it's his hip.
Where I'm trying to
Oh,
get
now
some
a
more
hip.
info, but that's what
Yeah,
popped
that's
up.
what kept him
Schefter
out of our
retweeted.
game.
Jeez. I don't have any idea. I don't know. Give me Miami. I'll take Miami and Snoop. But I have no clue.
Zagura.
I could see Aaron Rodgers somehow mustering something just to worsen the Jets' position on his way out the door. I don't know.
He's got a spite store, but who knows?
Quickly, gentlemen.
Well, don't we know? Okay, so they're playing at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. Jets.
This is utter nonsense.
not. Yeah.
Yep. Late game, two teams, big expectations, not realized. 49ers visiting Arizona. Zagura.
I don't think Purdy's playing. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think
I don't have
he's
any
playing.
injury reports from the West Coast
Um,
yet.
So, in my mind, Nate, we're on to 2025. Yes. I know that we are because I'm not getting Niners articles now. I'm getting articles complaining about infrastructure projects in California. I got the Vrabel article, which he found to be a great deal, but I'm not getting
Josh
Niners
Dobbs
article.
will start for the
So,
Niners.
Arizona by $100 billion.
Same.
I love Dobbs.
Sunday night foosball. It'll be a good one. It'll be worth waiting up for. Minnesota in Detroit City. Bo.
First
Quickly.
game and last game. I mean, we play the first game, but I guess the game Saturday and then that one. Those are the two that both teams are locked in. I think the Leos win at home. I think they find a way. And I think they handle it by a field goal.
So I was all on Minnesota, and then I saw that Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator of Detroit, was fired by Brian Flores as like one of the first things that he did when he became the head coach in Miami. And it seemed like there was some contentious nature there. Detroit is banged up, though.
Quickly.
Oh, baby.
Vikings, MVD.
1 seed.
Rockin' time.
We've hosted both of these shows in our
Yeah,
history.
DLD, MVD, sure. SF4D.
OBM, the preferred provider of copies and document services for your Cleveland Browns. They'll tackle any size office at 216-485-2000. Visit OhioBusinessMachines.com. So much more to come. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Ballybet on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Boost your game day this season with the Bally Bet Sportsbook up. Place your first bet of $25 or more, and you'll get $150 back in bonus bets. Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. When does your guys' coverage start tomorrow on the
1 minute.
12:30.
12:30 on the network, and then a 4 o'clock kick
4:30
in
kick.
Baltimore. 4:30, yeah, 4:30 kick between the Browns and the Ravens.
I'd be fine if they wanted to kick at 4.
AM.
In.
Play it first thing in the
I'm
morning.
not going to bed. Horse you rode in on Saloon right to the stadium. Who gets hurt?
Straight there.
30.
Travel safe, guys. It's a travel day for us, so the Kevin Stefanski Show is up next right here on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Coach and MJ join Z and Gerard on that show, getting you set for the regular season finale against the Baltimore Ravens. Travel safe, fellas. Enjoy your weekend. We're back Monday to break it all down. Thanks for listening, buddy. Cleveland Browns Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland.